Hi, welcome to Lindsay's Place. I'm your host, Lindsay Barnett. I'm so excited today. This is my first time airing my Christian youth gospel show, and the focus is on the matter of people's hearts and just different situations where they're dealing with issues of music and movies and fashion, dating, marriage, children, careers, you name it, we're talking about it, and how to incorporate it within your Christian lifestyle. Now, this ain't your mama's gospel show. You're going to be looking Christian fly and Christian wisdom, and we're going to be interviewing fashion designers, entertainers, athletes, authors, politicians, everyone that has given their lives to the Lord. And that brings us to our guest today. She's the queen of beach music. She was inducted in the Hall of Fame, Beach Music Hall of Fame, 2007, and her name is Pastor Janice Barnett Adams, and she's developing her own gospel reality show named Signs and Wonders. Please welcome Pastor Janice.
Hello there, Lindsay.
How are you?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good. If we look alike or have any kind of resemblance, it's because she's my aunt.
Now, you weren't supposed to tell that. That's all right. Come on.
So, tell me, how did you start in the music industry?
Just like you. We slept on top of your grandpapa's, my daddy's jukebox. He always had a nightclub, and we just grew up with music, you know. We grew up singing, dancing, and because we lived out on a farm, we kind of made our own skits and acted and performed. And I think you guys just got incorporated into what we were doing. Instead of playing with sticks, we played with each other.
Right. I know music married music, so.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
So Richard Pryor was your manager once. So tell me how that came about.
Well, I was going to school to be a doctor. And I decided before I went any further, I wanted to explore what I really dreamed of doing all my life, and that was the arts. So I went on a 30-day bus trip. I told the people that was in my band that if we didn't make it in 30 days, I'd hang it up, I'd quit, I wouldn't bother no more about it, but I knew I belonged in California, so we made that trip. Wouldn't you know, on the 30th day, we were on our way home with no contract.
Wow.
Had spent all of our money and got 1 hour out of California into Barstow. Had to turn around and go back to the Ismay had a beauty shop. This was a lady that was kind of like play managing us.
Right.
And who's sitting in her chair when I went in to get my coat? But Richard Pryor.
Wow.
She had never introduced us to him. So, you know, it was a God thing for me to meet him. And I just jumped on him. I just leaped on him and just like, I can sing, you gotta help me, give me a chance, and this is God, da-da-da-da-da. I don't think I was really living for God then, but you know, everybody holler God.
When they want to, yeah. Help me, Jesus.
And him being his regular self, of course, he was like floored, but he helped us. We came on, got our stuff, and he began to manage us from afar and turned us over to Maverick Flatch, which is where Soul Train came from.
Okay.
And one thing just led to another, and here I am.
So you have a gospel reality show.
I do.
So tell us about that.
It's called Signs and Wonders. After pastoring back home, after I came out of the entertainment field and leaving Disney World, places like that where I was a headliner, I was called to preach. And I pastored for many years and did a television show there, but the Lord spoke to me 5 years ago and told me to come to Atlanta and to start to develop a gospel reality show. And we've been filming it off and on for the last year, and we believe God is going to be on the air this October.
Awesome. I know Canton Jones and Dorothy Norwood and Ramona Jones, to name a few, have been on your show.
They sure
have.
How
is it working with them?
It's a God thing.
A God thing.
You know, when God tells you to do something, he'll make it happen, won't he?
Right, he will.
Well, the stories are too long to tell here, but Dorothy Norwood and Canton Jones, Ramona, Ronnie Horde of the Ohio Players. This is lead sing, and just I could go on and on. This Is It Restaurant, Lauren, Leslie, you know, people that are very well known, young people that are up and coming. They've come on our show, but Canton and Mama Norwood really helped us to get it off the ground. They've been the pioneers to really put their lives into this, and Jeff Sparks, and I mean, I could just go on. Sherman gave us his house, so it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing.
Beautiful, beautiful people. So, you know, I'm going to put you on the spot, right?
What you mean?
I'm going to ask you to sing a song.
If you will.
Not today. I'll sing another day, but...
You promise?
I promise.
All right, I can do that.
So you're going to sing for us?
I can do that.
Okay. Absolutely wonderful. So here you go, Pastor Janice Barnett Adams.
been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated, abused, scorned, talked about, sure as you're born. I've been up, down, almost to the ground. Now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, don't need nobody else. I've been lied on, cheated, talked about, mistreated, rebuked, scorned, talked about, sure as you're born. I've been up, down, almost to the ground. Now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, don't need nobody else. I 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 don't need mother, father, sister, brother, doctor, lawyer, preacher, teacher. Now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. I don't need nobody else. I don't need nobody else. I don't need my mother, father, sister, brother, doctor, lawyer, preacher, teacher. Now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus. Hey, I know he's a burden bearer. I know he's a heavy load sharer. Good God, I know he's a bridge over troubled water. I know he's a doctor and a lawyer. Hey, I got him, I got him, I got him, I got him. Jesus, I got him. He's a lily of the valley, bright and morning star. He's the first, he's the last, Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end. Now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, now that I've got King Jesus, don't need nobody else. Don't need nobody else. Yes. Hallelujah.
All right, that was beautiful. That's my Aunt Janice. Well, why don't you tell our viewers where they can find out more about your fascinating life and your reality show?
Well, Lindsay, they can go to janicebarnett.net or they can go to myspace.com. Janice, the Queen of Beach Music.
Woo. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank my very special guest, my Aunt Janice, Pastor Janice Barnett Adams. And for the viewers, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, my brothers and sisters in Christ, God bless you.